people.
Yeah. Peace.
Yes.
Welcome back to the Yanadameen Godcast. I'm Lord Jamar.
I'm Digga.
Yeah. Godfrey, he'll be back. He be up late night. I think he be knocked out all day or some shit. I think he's turned into some sort of nocturnal animal.
Nah, it's crazy because he'll come on here and be knocked out. But if I'm scrolling through IG and
3 in the morning, all of a sudden I see Godfrey is on with this one and that one. I'm like,
yes.
But that's all right. That's my people. We love you, Godfrey. And we'll see you on the next one. Listen, before we get into it, if you'd like to subscribe to the show, you know what I mean? Click that subscribe button, like, comment. Also, click that notification bell so that you get notifications whenever we drop a new, video, whatever it may be. You know, we got the new feature with the single spotlight. If you'd like to get your single spotlighted, hit us up on Yanadameen Godcast at gmail.com. If you'd like some of this good brand Nubian gear, Yanadameen gear, Rah Digga gear, go to hoodcheap.com, and get yours popping off. And that's how we do. What's good, Digga? I like your background and all that you got going on there.
Thank you. You see him over here like, oh, wait, this is Black Crooked. Yeah, I mean, everything going on online now. It's like, I literally, from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed, I'm staring at the phone and I'm staring at the computer all day long. I'm Zooming, I'm virtually performing, I'm IG living. It's like, it just goes on and on and on. Like everybody's TV show, interview, podcast, like everything is literally from sunrise to sunset, stare at the computer. So, I mean, I had to start getting it, making it hot.
Right. Well, we definitely like it. We like the background. What I mean? Shit's looking dope. I see you got some of the hit records and all that in the background. That's what's up.
Yes, sir. Got the flip mode.
Sometimes you gotta refresh people's memories.
Oh yeah.
As to some of the accomplishments and just who the fuck they talking to right now. Because sometimes people feel like we're just talking out of our ass, but they don't understand the
man. Listen,
hip hop scientists that we are.
Before I even like got to put out my own project, I got plaques. I was, because I'm looking for stuff around the house, just stuff that I got sitting around and everything, and I'm looking for all of this stuff to put up on the walls, to have different backdrops. I'm like, wait a minute, I got plaques with doing songs with Levert. I got plaques with doing songs with In Vogue, like before my Flip Mode plaque, before my Rah Digga flag. So yeah, like some lyricist lounge stuff. Right. I mean, I think people be like, because we're not like out here like, yeah, I'm about to make a record. Yeah, my new mixtape drops soon. Like, because we're not on it like that. Like, we can't whoop somebody ass lyrically.
Or just hip hoply, period. Like all
right.
around fucking hip hop. You know what I mean? But speaking of being hip hop scientists, why don't you tell the people a little bit about your master class that you got coming up, Digga?
Oh, for sure. So this Friday, and I've been I actually just started sending out the promo blast for it, but this Friday at 11 a.m., May 22nd, I'm hosting a masterclass series. It's going to be the first of many. I'm streaming it from my website, rahdiggamusic.com, and I'm talking for like 2 hours. But it's dope. It's going to be a interactive digital, I guess, seminar, if you will. But I drop a lot of gems in this. It's broken up in 4 different categories. The first category is like hip hop history. I just kind of take people through the decades and what was going on, at each moment in time. The the breaking down the elements of hip hop and how it all started. Then the second category is segment is hip hop techniques. So I share like one of my little rhyme writing skills. They need to be paying like that's invaluable in itself. But I'm actually sharing with folks you know, one of my tricks of the trade of how I approach writing in 16. Then the third segment is the hip hoppreneurship, I call it. Like, how do you monetize your hobby and your craft, and especially in times like now when you have to get creative and try to come up with ways to earn an income. Like, is your income residual? Are you going to be able to employ others? You know, we got to think more towards that as opposed to just getting the bag. And and lastly, artist development, the shit the labels don't teach you. So we seeing all these artists come out now and getting these deals, and they getting all these millions of dollars thrown at them, and they don't know what the hell to do with it. They're OD and they all over the place. But you know, that segment I'm going to focus on what labels used to do, like things that you got to be aware of, how to speak in interviews, how to not get baited, how to, you know, just different stuff, perform, the importance of rehearsing before performing, and just things that I think artists don't even think about right now. Like, how many times you've seen an artist that you might like a song, and if you ever get a glimpse of them on stage, you're like, that's a shit show. So that's you know, that's the final piece of the class that I'm doing, and you know, it's you know, it's long overdue. I think even we as veterans, we don't we talk about this stuff in interviews all the time, but I think sometimes we downplay the value of our wisdom. I'm like, yo, this motherfuckers got to pay for this shit. Like,
we downplay our worth, Digga. Not to cut you off, but we downplay our worth a lot of times.
Right.
You know, we're so busy trying to be humble. You know, yeah. So thank you. But it's like, you know, there's other people out here not being humble, and they're putting a value on their self. That's
they're being
warranted.
Celebrated. And
that's warranted. And they're being celebrated for it correctly.
Yep.
So you know, if I may ask, how can one sign up for this, and how much are you charging for this?
Well, I'm charging $20 for the 2 hours.
Is that it?
Yep, $20 for the 2 hours, and you can actually register on Eventbrite. I have a link up on Eventbrite, but you can also go to my site, and if you click register here, it'll take you to where you need to register. And yeah, I mean, like, it's like what I'm giving, I'm really charging some change for. But like I said, it's going to be a first of many. There's going to be downloadable content on my site after the fact. I'm going to release it in audio form, so you can also, you know, if you want to just listen to the audio, you can.
So wait, hang on. What's the site? I'm gonna click the link right now in the live chat.
Oh, dope. Okay. Rah Digga Music, just like it sounds.
www.
Yep. RAHDIGGA. Music.com. Yep.
Okay. RahDiggaMusic.com, y'all. All right, everybody on YouTube Live, I just clicked that link out there.
Word. Appreciate that. Yeah, man, definitely. Come on. And it's also going to be interactive. I'm going to, you know, after each segment, I'm going to have some Q&A, so I can answer, you know, anybody that missed something in the piece. You can ask me directly. I'll be, you know, there chatting it out with y'all. So it's going to be you know, it's going to be very informative at best, and at worst you will at least, you know, have some, maybe maybe it'll spark an idea of something you want to do. Maybe hip hop or wanting to be an artist ain't what you're trying to do, and that's fine. It's not like, that's another thing too. Like, it's not just about wanting to be a rapper. It's about actually, if you're a creative person, any of these gems, you can apply any of these gems to your field and and make it worth something. So that's Friday, May 22nd. Starts promptly. I'm starting at 11. The room is gonna open at 11, and the actual lecture
11 a.m. Eastern.
11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
All
And and it's gonna be ready to go like at 11:11. My niece is very spiritual with numbers. She was like, we have to start it at 11:11. I'm like, okay, knowledge. I'm with it.
No, that is a good spiritual time. That's the gateway. That's
Yep.
the time of the gateway. All right. Well, y'all get with Rah Digga's masterclass.
Word.
So what do we got going on, Digga? What's going on in the news? What are we talking about?
Let's get all the fuckery out of the way first, and then we can have happy thoughts. Been following a lot of this Ahmaud Arbery news, and it's nothing new under the sun that we're always getting targeted in this manner, and they, I want to say they almost glamorize it, showing it over and over again on the news.
Did you watch it?
I did, and I am happy. Even though I hate to see it happen, like I must have seen Eric Garner get choked out like 1,000 times. Like, I hate to see it, but I also recognize that because people are seeing it, people are getting charged. Because if it wasn't for the tapes leaking and the footage leaking, like, those guys wouldn't have been charged with anything. And just because they're charged, it doesn't mean they're going to actually be found guilty. But the fact that there is a prosecutor in play right now that's considering putting the death penalty on the table, I think that's a first. That's pretty groundbreaking.
Yeah, I guess.
We'll have to wait. That's the first time I've ever even heard of, a consideration of a death penalty for murdering unarmed Black people. Unless it's another Black person, of course.
Right. Well, we'll see if what the result is, because
right,
they can have strong rhetoric as about what they're gonna attempt to do, but then the result ends up being some bullshit, and
of course
we right back to square one. Well, first of all, like, I wasn't even sure what to think when I first even saw the video, because, I got to be honest, Digga, I'm so skeptical of everything these days, because I can't trust these bastards as far as I can throw them. I don't know if they're trying to manipulate emotions and feelings by giving us videos that appear to be certain things. You know what I mean? But I'm going to just assume for a minute that, okay, that video was real or whatever. Even though I didn't see any blood or anything like that in the video, did you?
I mean, I didn't analyze it that deep, but it just has to be real. Like, you can't play games like that. That, like, there's a whole mother getting on television crying. I mean,
I'm saying, and that's what I'm saying. That's cool. That's cool. I'm just saying. I'm just not so quick to believe everything that I see. Like because these motherfuckers are some crafty bastards. That's all I'm saying. But again, we're gonna assume that this is real and all this type of shit. So now, and it probably is real, because now they're trying to shit on the young man by introducing different videos, different footage, which tries to paint him in a certain light. Although both videos that they show he's really doing nothing wrong, yet these things are put out there to try to psychologically assassinate his character. Okay,
Right.
Video number 1 was the video of him apparently in the neighborhood that day, walking and walking into an empty house that was under construction.
Right.
Standing, looking around for a minute, didn't take nothing, and then leaves out of there. Continues on his jog. That video was introduced as if, well, what's this nigger doing? Going into to houses. What's he trespassing? Like maybe they did have some cause to think that he was doing something wrong. Because people don't do that. People don't just walk into houses that are being built, do they? Well, do they, Digga?
As a matter of fact, they do, because there's also footage of I actually saw like a whole Brady Bunch collage of different variations of people going into this same structure. So that came out after the fact. First they put that video out to make it seem like, well, this was the this is what gave the guys cause for suspicion, and based on that particular action prompted them to do what they do. But then they showed a bunch of different people, like old people, young people, white people, black people, just going in and out of this open structure. So that pretty much signified to everybody, like, well, even the owners came forth and said, like, no, we don't, we didn't have any issue. Like, we know what it is. It's just it's just open structure.
First of all, I feel like that's some shit I've done as a kid, like walk through some, like, oh shit, look, they building some shit over here, like, and just walk through there, like. But anyway,
now, was it any fiends in the neighborhood trying to steal the copper?
See, wait, what'd you just say?
I said, was it any was it some fiends in the neighborhood stealing the copper?
Oh, the copper and shit.
That's our community shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible, but the thing is,
but that wasn't that.
The assumption, though, when you see a young black man go into some shit like that, the assumption, on all sides, a lot of people's thinking, oh, he's probably going in there to do something. Like, he's probably going to do something wrong. Like, but he could have been going in there just to admire the structure. Oh, that's nice. Oh, look what they're doing over there. Like, it's gonna be, oh wow, this is cool seeing the shit before it's built. Maybe he was into construction and was admiring the technique that they were using in there. You don't fucking know. You know what I mean? Like, but the immediate assumption is that he was doing something wrong.
All right. Maybe he had to take a piss. Shit.
That's shit. That would be a prime that I would piss at. There's a fucking empty construction place right in the fucking corner. Oh well. Like, you know what I mean? They'll clean it up. Matter of fact, I'm sure I've done that too in the past. But anyway.
Had to run behind the building real quick. Who has it?
Right. So, matter of fact, I remember like going in cribs when we was young, like empty cribs. Like, these are fully built cribs, but they just was empty, and we knew they was empty. We go in there and smoke weed and shit like that. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Put blunt shavings down the air shaft and all that type of shit. You ever did that type of shit, Digga?
I'm like, maybe.
Humming.
Shit, in certain places, that's a bando where he was at. That's like the bando. That's somebody that made that a trap spot.
Okay,
that's a dash spot.
Have some nicks running out of that motherfucker. Some nicks and some
Come
tray.
on now.
Nicks and some tray.
Right.
But anyway,
yeah,
so
man.
that was attack number one on him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then, I don't know if you saw this one, then they released footage from a few years earlier where he had a confrontation with some police in a park, where basically he was just chilling out in the park by himself, minding his fucking business. Police run up on him, fucking with him. And in the interaction, one of them actually goes to tase him, but the taser malfunctions.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah. Now, in the video, again, he's not doing nothing wrong other than there's times in the video where he's pissed at the police. Like what the fuck y'all? And he says, what y'all fucking with me for? Like, you know what I mean? And so now you can hear the way he talks, and he had a Southern accent, and, you know, you could tell he was kind of a, you know, a more street type of dude in a way. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna here, let's share this picture real quick, because this is the picture that a lot of us know him from. You know what I mean? Looking like that, right? Mm-hmm. Great upstanding young man. But the video they put out, at the very least, tries to shatter this image right here. You see what I'm saying? It tries to shatter this image and make him look like he could have been a thug. Like he had no shirt on, but he had on like a parka.
Okay. In the other picture, he was Marty Marr. He was Marr.
Yeah, and this one he had no shirt on, and he looked kind of cut up, not for nothing. You know what I mean? And he was like, what y'all fucking with me for?
I mean, shit, you seen the video. If they didn't, he damn near wrestled the gun out the dude's hand. Like he probably
he was definitely a fit dude. He definitely was a fit dude.
Trust me, they knew he was about to fuck them up. That's why they ran for the fucking guns. You know, came out with the guns blazing, because he was about he looked like he was about to snatch that rifle from his shotgun from his ass and mollywop him with it.
Right, so he talking to the police, but he let him search him and all that. They knew, one of them searched him and knew he didn't have no weapon and all that. The other one didn't know, so he was the one that was almost gonna tase him and all this bullshit. But then homeboy was like, nah, I already checked him. He don't have no weapons type of shit. You know what I mean? But his whole attitude was like, you know, he wasn't scared of the police, and he was like, why y'all fucking with me? And I feel like that psychologically, they're going to try to use that against him. Even though, again, he didn't do nothing wrong other than try to stand up for himself. You see what I'm saying? But when you don't comply with the police 100%, they try to act like that's a crime in itself. Like, oh, you should always comply with the police. Like, fuck that. Like, you have a right as a human being to fucking, you know what I mean? Assert your fucking right to not be violated. And these motherfuckers can't do what the fuck they want to do.
The EMT worker that got killed behind the cops raiding their house by accident. You heard about that, right? The boyfriend is getting charged with attempted murder because he was shooting back. The cops.
Tell me about this. I don't know if I heard about this.
Damn. And as I'm typing, see if you Google her name. But she was an EMT worker, worked at 2 different hospitals. Her and her man are in the bed. The cops come to their home and with a search warrant, but it's the wrong address. Like the warrant had already been executed earlier in the day, and apparently they came to this wrong address, came busting in their house, shot this woman to death, and they came as plainclothes. They didn't announce themselves, so dude thinking her man thinking it's burglars, was shooting back. He was illegally registered. He had a legally registered firearm. He was legally permitted to carry, and he's getting charged with attempted murder because he shot one of the cops.
Wow.
Now, mind you, his woman is dead. Mind you, he was legally allowed to carry. Mind you, they did not announce themselves, and she was, she's an essential worker.
Yeah, you know what? I think I just saw something about this because they have a thing called no-knock warrants, okay? Where the police, can enter a fucking domicile without having to knock if they feel like it can be futile or it'll be dangerous to them to announce themselves and all this type of shit. But that right there shows that it's dangerous not only for the people, but for the police as well. Some no-knock shit to not announce yourself. Like, again, if you are a legal gun owner, right, who is licensed to carry and all that,
right,
and you have the right to protect yourself and your household, you hear noises outside your door. All of a sudden, people bust through your door, plain clothes at that, and you start firing. How could you be in the wrong? How could you be you can't be. They're the ones that are in the wrong for not identifying themselves. They're supposed to run in there, you know what I mean? Police.
So either you're legal and you shoot back and you end up dead, getting ready to go to jail like this brother, or dead like his woman, or you end up dead like Botham Jean. It's like you can't win for losing. Like, okay, this is how we're gonna get rid of the legal gun owners. Like, how about y'all make sure the address is right? If you're gonna do your no-knock thing, you gotta make sure you got the right address. How about that at the bare minimum?
That's crazy.
That's nuts. That story actually pissed me off. Like, I was ready to throw some shit at the TV. Like, motherfucker. Like, this woman is ping-ponging between two hospitals right now, dealing with what she dealing with. And, you get home, relax, get in the bed, and you got this bullshit.
Well, speaking of guns and Ahmaud Arbery, apparently some Panthers went to the houses outside the house of the father and son team that killed Ahmaud Arbery, and they were out there open carry AR-15s and shit like that, and the police did not approach these motherfuckers. They was out there looking strong.
Yeah, I saw that picture and I loved it.
I loved it too.
I posted a picture on Instagram last week. It was actually a clip from it was like a still from a video that I had did like years ago with Lyric. And
I saw it. And, something about
somebody actually said in the comments like, "Oh my God, they're gonna know you're cunning. That's just dumb." And, like, do you even see the caption? Like, the caption was, "How eerie is this to be masked up with guns?" You know what I mean? Like, this. It's like this is almost speaking to what's going on right now. Like, what I'm talking about is a whole nother level of like of preparedness. And you got some goof in the comments like thinking like, I don't know, we're just trying to be like showing off with guns. Like, I'm not a little mumble rapper showing off with a gun. Like, understand that I have legally registered weapons. And I know how to shoot. Like, it's not a girl with a prop for stunting for the gram. Like, I don't think I don't think they know about me, God.
Mm.
But
Well,
I say all of that to say, yes, it's time to get armed and ready. I wish there were more of us.
right. I mean, listen.
Legally, more of us.
Right. Well, I think we need to educate ourselves on how to be legally armed. There's a lot of cheat codes and loopholes that the white people will keep to themselves, and we're thinking, oh well, I can't get a gun because I did this, but you don't even know that you can get your shit expunged and all kind of shit to be able to fall under the umbrella of being able to carry something legally. So
right.
I'd implore
And
people.
I don't think a lot of people. I don't think a lot of people. I don't think a lot of people realize too. You are allowed to keep a gun in your home. Like it only gets tricky when you try to move around with it and when you try to cross state lines with it and things of that nature. Like you can't get on planes and stuff like that. But
Well, it depends where you live, though. If you live in the 5 boroughs of New York City, you cannot have a gun in your home. Not a shotgun, not a pistol, not a rifle. Now, if you live in Westchester, you can. Okay, in Westchester, you can ride around with a shotgun as long as the shotgun is in the trunk and it's not loaded and the ammunition is in the glove box. Okay, but see, a lot of people don't even know that in Westchester. They don't know that, but that is legal. And in a lot of states that's legal, but for some reason, in New York City has some of the toughest gun laws in the country. And if you live in the 5 boroughs of New York City, you cannot legally own a firearm.
Well, New York been setting it off. Stop and frisk, 3 strikes. Oh, I feel like all of that.
There's few exceptions. Business owners, if you carry money and all this type of, there's few exceptions of people that can, but on the most part, no. Not if you live in the 5 boroughs, and that's what's fucked up for a lot of people.
Yeah. Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy, man. But hey, shouts out to those guys. I didn't realize. I saw the image of them. I didn't realize they were actually like, step into the family like that. I know they ain't technically stepped to them, but I did hear that they were patrolling Ahmaud's neighborhood because that's all the same neighborhood. Like he was from their neighborhood. So and then there's a history, that I was reading that there's a history with this with the father who may have been possibly investigating.
He was like the vigilante of the neighborhood, from what I understand.
Apparently he had did some investigating of Ahmaud in the past, and probably just using his his police connections or ties in the office, like, oh, who's the black family that just moved in the neighborhood, and I don't know, they dug up some old searches on him. So I hope I hope that mother. I mean, nothing's gonna bring her son back, but I hope she can at least sue the crap out of that county.
Yeah, right. Because they try to cover shit up at first too.
Yeah. If it wasn't for the video coming out, there would not be any charges. And like I said earlier, I hate that I gotta see these things play out over and over again, and I know they do that to spark a reaction out of us. But on the flip side of that, it's the good reaction is it makes the officials take note. Like, no, we're not gonna take this lying down. Y'all, you gotta find them rat bastards. That's what happened.
Well, listen, This next section of the Yanadameen Godcast is brought to you by Health Alliance Network. Digga, let me ask you something. With all this COVID, well, C-19, I should call it. That's right, C-19. We'll talk about that later. With all this C-19 going on right now, do you really want to be sitting up in somebody's emergency room if you have just a non-emergency type situation where you need to see a doctor?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Wouldn't you rather see the doctor from the comfort of your own home for something like, something small like the flu or maybe a UTI or something like that?
Yep.
Well, listen, now you can, because telemedicine is the future of medicine. Like, seriously. We used to do a lot of things. We went to the mall before. Now we go to Amazon. We used to fucking go out to dinner. Now there's DoorDash and all of that. Well, now you can see the doctor straight from your phone. Health Alliance Network for less than $50 a month. Okay, you can have coverage for your whole family. Up to 10 people in your household, and you don't have to necessarily be married to somebody and all that. If they live in your crib, they're covered. You can see a doctor unlimited. You have access to a dermatologist unlimited. They have mental health specialists that you can speak to, where you get 3 free visits, and then after that, it's discounted. You get discounted prescription drugs. I'm telling you, the shit is great. And if you click the link that I'm gonna have in the people on YouTube live right now, there's a link in the description, but I will also have a link in the description of the show. If you click that link, Lord Jamar at Health Alliance Network, you get $10 off. So instead of $45 a month, you'll get it for $35 a month. Less than $500 a year. Digga, can you get insurance? But now this is not insurance, but can you get insurance for less than $500 a year that covers your whole family? Are you aware of anywhere?
The whole family? No. That's not even covering one person.
That's not even covering one person. That might be one quarterly payment. With this, there's no deductible. There's no fees. There's no out-of-pocket costs whatsoever. $35 a month gets you access to all these things. And I feel like it's a great value. Your information is not shared, like how if you went to the hospital, your information, your records go up into this database that's accessed by a whole lot of other stuff. This is not that. Like, this goes into this system, and only the doctor that you're dealing with and all of that will see your health records and all of that. So it's just between y'all. Yes, it's just great for non-emergency situations right now. And for those of y'all that's really scared to be around other sick people right now, this is perfect. And it's affordable for the average man. So check it out, Health Alliance Network. Click the link in the bio, and you'll get $10 off your plan. That's what it is.
That's super dope.
So, what else has been going on, Digga?
Well, we've covered fuck shit. We've covered, actually, there's always a ton of fuck shit.
Oh, there's a ton of fuck shit going on right now, Digga. We've covered fuck shit.
You have
we've skimmed
your boy out of jail.
Huh?
You see your boy out of jail.
Who's my boy?
Rainbow hair. That's your boy.
That ain't my boy. I never claimed him as my son.
Shots fired. You stupid.
So
yeah, man.
Yeah, this motherfucker is out.
He out like, I'm a snitch. And I'm
back to
proud.
talking shit. Right. He back to talking shit like he never left.
Who'd have thunk it? Who'd have thunk it?
He's using the whole snitch, like he's leaning into the snitch shit. Like he's not trying to act like, no, I'm not a snitch. He's like, yeah, I'm a snitch. He's like, I'd be mad too.
He like, he is I and I am him.
Niggas, yeah, it's like he is I and I am him. I'd be mad too if a snitch came out and getting all this bread, blah, 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 blah. Like, he really don't give a fuck. He's snitching on Snoop. He's snitching on Billboard. He's snitching on anybody he could snitch on right now. Yeah, like, I don't know. First of all, I said this on Vlad. I don't know if this part came out yet, but, you know, numbers do lie. Like people say, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. No, numbers do lie. Numbers don't always show the intent behind the numbers. So, for instance, you have all these views on his video on the Gooba shit. But you can't tell me that all the people watching that are real fans. Like I watched it out of curiosity. Like I watched it out of curiosity one time. I'm not a fan, but I want to see what this fool is doing. Like I want to see what kind of foolishness he's coming with now. You know what I mean? And so it's kind of I'm back, you're mad, big mad. like
that's your boy.
It's like so the same, you know, the concept of where, you know, it's hard to not look at a train wreck and all that. Like it's the same shit. Like he's like, look up. It's 2 million people on my live or whatever. Look up. Like, so what? That doesn't mean that all the people there love you. Like they could be waiting for the niggas to bust through the door and fucking bust your melon open. Like, you know what I mean? Like
shit, you saw that documentary, Internet Killer Don't Fuck With Cats. They like, yo, that electric socket is only made in Idaho. And hey, but how about the apartment that he was? Do you know that the house he was in, that he was broadcasting that live from, the next day he had to move? Did you know that?
Yeah, because there was a white girl that seen him out there, like, oh shit, this motherfucker Tekashi just moved in behind me. He's out on the balcony. Yep. She's laughing at him. Like he's really out there taking pictures. Like,
yeah.
She couldn't even believe it. And this is a white girl from the suburbs, some fucking where. And she's like, couldn't believe how fucking ridiculous he was, that he should be in hiding, but he's out on the balcony taking pictures with money and jewelry and, you know, shark heads and shit like that. Like, I don't know, Digga. Like, what the fuck?
I don't know either. I think I definitely think that he's a plant for sure. I think he is being used to send a message to people like, hey kids, it's okay to snitch. Like I feel like he is being protected to keep reaffirming to people that I mean, and you know, and there's I guess there's different interpretations of snitching, what's considered snitching, what's not snitching. We by law know that what the technical definition of snitching is, and we ain't with it. And I feel like he's being used to kind of like condition these young thugs out here that, oh, it's okay to tell. You can still be popping when it's all over. Knowing in real life, you're going to be having motherfuckers getting killed behind that shit. So I think he's being used to make the cops' life easier, like to spread that subliminal message to the youth that this is totally okay, and you'll be popping when it's all over. You don't got to worry about being shamed for it. So I think that's happening, and I also think that he's being set up to be marked for death, and they're gonna try to market him posthumously the way they, the way Tupac was. Like I feel like as far as the label is concerned, the more outrageous he is, it don't make them a difference either way. It's like he's valuable to them in life. He's even more valuable to them in death. So I feel like they don't give a shit what he does. Like nobody's really looking out for his best interest. Like, yo, you gotta stop. Well, okay, you did this. You gotta shit. Like, I don't feel like nobody doing it. They're like, oh, they love you. They don't care. Look at the comments. So, it's unfortunate.
Never happened in our era, Digga. Like, he could have never existed in our era. As soon as the nigga came with the rainbow hair, we would have been like, we're not fucking with you. Like, nobody would have fucked with him straight from there. The brakes would have been pumped immediately. Like, nigga.
I mean, that's the whole.
With that. There was niggas that back then might have tried to come out with blonde hair or some shit that we wasn't fucking with. Like Eminem's could do it.
That's the line. That's the line in my tight song. In the third verse, I say something about twisted, something like thugs with blonde hair. Translation, like, that doesn't, you don't talk to me about how street you are and shit with the blonde ass hair, nigga. That was third verse of Tight.
And now look.
So I get it. I just I hope they give Bobby Shmurda the same love, and not that I'm co-signing him or even trying to co-sign what he did to either, but
Bobby Shmurda held it down like a real fucking
gangster. That's right. He held it down.
You claim to be on this gangster shit, but he shut his mouth, did his fucking time, didn't tell him
he did the crime.
He had the same opportunity I'm sure that this guy had to fucking tell and do all this crazy shit, but he fucking held his own. And when he come out,
and he went to jail when he was popping. It wasn't like he fell off. Like, he had a whole ass hit record in rotation when he went to jail. And he could have easily tried to hurry up and capitalize and get back to that. He said, no, he gonna do his time. He gonna let his mans live. And when he come home, he gonna get right back to it. And I hope he get 5 million views.
Okay. Well, 5 billion, you should say, because 5 million ain't shit no more. Like you need.
Well, I mean, on a live, that's the
most. On a live. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
They're saying that's the most views ever on an IG live ever. So that's a record. That's a record that has been officially broken now. Yep.
Whatever. Well, like you said, they are trying to, I think, glamorize the snitch. And
yes, absolutely.
Make no mistake about it, they're getting ready to use this whole C-19 thing to create an army of snitches. Oh, yes, they are. I'm sure you heard of these tracing armies, haven't you? Oh, yeah. They're going to pay people to go around and snitch about, who's coughing or who came in contact with who and this and that. And
who's not social distancing and shit.
All of that shit, okay? Wow, we are living in an Orwellian time, and none of y'all motherfuckers that subscribe to the Godcast better fucking join this goddamn army. You hear me? Don't let me see you in the army neither, goddamn.
Snitches get stitches. Snitches get stitches. I said snitches get stitches.
Like for real, like that's some Tekashi.
For real.
That's some Tekashi 6ix9ine shit right there. And you don't realize what you're signing up for. You're not saving lives by doing this shit. You're just snitching. So please.
That's right.
Don't fuck with it.
That's right.
That's
right. Well, let's talk about some fun stuff. Have you been keeping the verses? How did you catch we got Jill and Erykah. We had
I saw. I can't say that I sat for the whole Jill and Erykah, but I did sit for some of it, and it was quite enjoyable for what I did check out. You know, in my mind, Erykah was gonna win even before I got there. You know what I mean? Just because I'm just more of an Erykah Badu fan, although I love them both. But I just know,
and I think her catalog is just more familiar to the masses, where Jill has the adult contemporary lane like on Smash. So you know she's equally I guess popular, but it's almost like a slightly different demographic. I think the demographic that's on IG like that are probably more Erykah. I feel like Jill's demographic may be a little more on Facebook, because I saw it was definitely.
Well, for me personally, like some of the songs she played, I didn't necessarily know the song. Oh, this is a nice song. I just never heard it before. Whereas, you know, Erykah was playing.
They're a little more obscure.
Yeah, she's playing just a bunch of joints that we know and love, and just.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. So. It was nice.
It was dope. I think that was the longest in life I've ever listened to R&B in one sitting. I can't even front. That battle went like 3 cycles. It was about a good at least 3 hours. I don't think I've ever sat down in one sitting and listened to like 3 hours of R&B. Like, I'm sure I've thrown on a Jill album, or I've thrown on a Lauren album, I've thrown on a Mary album, but then I got right back to Wu-Tang, or right back to whatever else was going on. That was like, oh wow, this you know, this is a pretty long battle. It wasn't like I enjoyed it because I loved all the records, but it was a different energy from like Cream and RZA. Was like, oh, what he gonna play? What he gonna play? Oh, what you gonna play that? Oh, he better play. I'm in the comments like, oh, you better play such and such and such. So like, it was a different energy from that. But I think they may have had to date. They may have had the most viewers on their battle. Like they had more viewers. They got up to like damn near 800,000. Remember, Teddy Riley and Babyface capped at like 500, and I think Instagram has started like clicking out or whatever. So I don't know. It seemed like with every battle or every situation, Instagram goes in and makes like a new revision. Like thanks to the D-Nice Club quarantine, you're not confined to an hour anymore. And thanks to
really? Okay. Shout out Mr. KT. Thank you.
Yeah,
you're not confined to an hour anymore?
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yep. No. I haven't. I think the last IG live I did. Matter of fact, shouts out to Capone and Locke for dropping their EP. But the listening.
We got to get them on here.
Word. The hosting that I did for them, you know, was supposed to end promptly at 10. I'm looking at the clock. It's like 10:03. I'm like, oh, I think there goes our hour. Like, no, this shit still ain't come up. Hey.
Now see, when I hosted the one for them, that shit cut off like right at the time. You know,
it cut off. Oh wow.
Yeah, that shit cut off. So, like that must be a new.
Shouts out to them.
That's cool. Though.
Who would you like to see in the verses? What'd you think of Nelly and Luda?
I didn't see it.
I didn't see theirs either.
But sight unseen,
yeah,
I'm gonna say that Luda takes that one. Because Luda is one of those rappers.
Word.
Luda is one of those rappers that, yo, this motherfucker got so many hits. Like, he's a very slept-on rapper. Like, he's dope lyrically.
Luda got a lot of
got mad
bars.
hits, but when people talk about some of the top rappers, they don't really bring him up. Because I feel like it's
Luda got
it's something about his persona, like, you know, he's so fun and like, I don't know, like people just
they get Busta fucked up like that too. I've been going back and forth on my Twitter timeline about Busta going against Missy. I'm like, dog, I love anybody know me, know I love me some Hub, but are you really trying to put Busta and Missy in the same arena?
Good.
Like,
that's good.
I'm like, what is Missy gonna do?
A guy and a girl up against each other? That don't even make sense.
Well, you can put a guy and a girl together because some of us will smack the shit out of y'all. But in this particular case of in the case of Missy,
not in these versus battles. When you're talking these versus battles, we're talking the creme de la creme. Okay, like.
Well,
nah, I mean, ain't gonna be no girls smacking the shit out of.
Well, no. Well, let's be clear. Let's be clear. Missy can get somebody to fuck out of here early, but I want to see the right type of.
But it gotta be a Missy type of. Who would be a more Missy type of?
But there are no Missy females. There's no female.
And there's no Missy males. Who's no Missy male? Who's a Missy male?
First of all, we're talking about artists who can write songs for singers, perform songs themselves, and still like the versatility. Like to me, the artists like that are like me. Are like the damn. I don't even know what to do. I'm thinking of like me. I'm trying to think of like
Pharrell. Pharrell is like a male Missy.
But Pharrell makes beats. I don't think Missy makes.
No, he makes songs too, though. He writes songs, and he fucking raps a little, and he does creative type of rap. I would put him against Missy.
Nah, see now when you talking Pharrell, I think it would need to be
it's not just beats with Pharrell.
But Pharrell. See, I think Pharrell needs to go against somebody like a Kanye who makes beats but still an artist.
Okay, I agree with that. And
you know what I'm saying?
Well, first of all, you the one that's trying to say a man against a girl. I said no man against a girl. It should be man, girl. Let's keep it like that, right?
I do think a man and a girl could go against each other. I just don't think there's a male equivalent to Missy, and I don't think Missy is the female equivalent to Busta. I think they would be doing Missy a disservice because as soon as Busta puts Scenario on, he's getting whoever the fuck out of there. And I don't, you know what I'm saying? And I would want to see.
Well, Busta. they're saying Busta and Snoop now, and that might be a go.
Longevity wise,
they both got on the video, and they both.
You know, I wouldn't mind seeing against Busta. I'll say for the past week, I've been saying I wouldn't mind seeing DMX go against a Busta because of like the energy.
DMX might go against Blonde Boy.
But you know who I also could see going against a Busta? Fat Joe. Fat Joe got the longevity. He got the crew shit. He got the solo shit. And he got a catalog of hits. And he's somebody that's been around for just as long as Busta that can still toss out that can still happily
you might have hit that one on the head, Digga. You might have fucking hit that one on the head. YouTube Live. Did she just hit that on the head? Is that a good one? Let's see it in it. Busta versus Fat Joe.
Fat Joe. Word.
I think we like that. People are saying Rakim versus Big Daddy Kane right now. Someone's saying Fat Joe.
That would be dope.
Like Fat Joe got hits.
What?
We're not talking about lyrical schmirical. We're talking about hits for hits. You got to play.
Yeah, we're talking about
shit.
like the.
You play 20 hits, and that's what it is. Like people get shit fucked up sometimes, man. Like with all this lyrical shit. Like it's not always.
Well, no, lyrical is good, but the verses ain't about the lyrical. Like, this ain't smack.
Right, that's
this ain't
what I'm saying. Verses ain't about lyrical. Verses is about hits. Like, who got the stronger hits? Like who's hit?
Like who
bang more?
It's like it's like energy. It's more,
right.
You know, this ain't really about who rapped the best on the record.
Whose music brings that emotion out of you more when they play it versus the other person? Because you got emotion for both of these artists, or else they wouldn't even be there, right? But now when we play this shit against that shit, whose shit makes you feel? Because again, the greatest music makes you feel a certain way. Whose music makes you feel more like, nah, that shit was crazier? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And a lot of times it's not going to be about the lyricism or it's just going to be, you know what I mean? Like is Lottie Dottie the most lyrical fucking record in the world? No. But that shit makes that shit makes us feel great. It makes us feel,
you gotta remember,
it makes us feel great.
They got to remember, this is people playing songs over the telephone. So it's not like you could really chop the bars down. It's like you got to hear the record and be like, oh, that was I remember when like that's what Versus is. So you know I'm the biggest lyricist, you know what I'm saying, cheerleader. I will argue lyricism to the death. But if I can say I'm not tuning into Versus to hear who got the better bars, I think it's safe to say, that's where it's at with the Versus. I would like to see
seeing a lot of Busta versus DMX right now.
But that was actually my thinking for like a whole week. I just
came in here.
I came up with the Fat Joe today, because I think I was watching LL talk about it too, and I'm like, damn, I'm trying to think of the artists who like really have been able to sustain for like 20, 30 years. It ain't that many of them.
Okay, real quick.
It ain't that many of them.
Back to the producer battles. Who can we get to battle Just Blaze? Because I want to see Just Blaze.
Who could we get?
So who could we get?
Yeah.
That's fucking
Just Blaze got them.
Just Blaze.
What about
YouTube Live? I encourage you to chime in on this one. We've moved on now.
What about
from the Busta stuff?
What about Rockwilder?
Rockwilder, See, he's got a lot of hits. That could be one.
And he could match that energy. He could match that energy because as soon as Just Blaze throw on Jay-Z PSA, he getting somebody out the paint. But then Rockwilder could easily come with the Rockwilder.
Right? No. He's gonna throw your hands up, niggas. Bust Mac. Come through in the club tip.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, that shit.
Yeah.
You die. Woo! Whole crew be wild. Bitch, back that shit up like juvenile.
There it is.
My God.
Just Blaze and Rockwilder. We about to.
Just Blaze and Rockwilder. We just did it. We just did it.
That's it.
Wow. You heard it here first on the Godcast.
That's it.
We want Just Blaze versus Rockwilder.
I really want. I really, really, really want Kim Verzuz Foxy. That's what I really want. That would be so cute. That'd be so cute.
I feel like the egos in the room just wouldn't fit.
Oh no. That's
They just
no.
wouldn't
That's
fit.
like, yeah. That's you know what I'm
It
saying.
wouldn't
That's
fit
almost.
in an IG screen. It's just not big enough for the egos that would be brought into that battle.
But you know what? But I ain't even like it. Sometimes it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like the same could be said for 50 and Ja Rule. Like it's just some certain situations just will never be. Like some people ain't squashing the beef, and you know you got the right. So
Somebody said
it wouldn't be no
JD versus Diddy. I like that.
who JD versus Diddy. I saw people throwing that around. My only issue with that is JD is a button pusher. I look at Puff ain't really a button pusher. I look at Puff more of the overseer, the executive producer. Like he ain't in there on the, you know what I mean? Like JD on the keys, on the on the shit. That's my only.
I'm gonna say that Puff, he does have a fucking ear. You know what I mean? And they
Puff
both,
said
had
I
an
take
ear, and they
niggas.
both, regardless if he's not a button pusher, they're both responsible for producing massive amounts of hits. And on that strength, I feel like they could
I can see it though.
They could have a good battle. You see what I'm saying? Like to me, the button pushing again in a versus battle is almost like the lyricism thing. You see what I'm saying? Somebody just thank you, Marcine Morgan. Marcine just donated $2 and said Rah Digga versus Lady of Rage.
I've seen that. I've seen Lady of Rage. I've seen Lady of Rage and I've seen Remy. I ain't mad at either one of them.
That's what's up.
I mean, I personally, I've been that I've been in the game for 20 plus years. I easily have 1,000 songs, but only having like one, I would say recognizable commercial release and then like one independent release. I don't know if people would know, a lot of the records I would play. Like the heads will, but if we're talking, this is one of those things. Like we're talking verses, we're talking hits. Theoretically, I only have one commercially renowned album. So it's like I don't know if I could fulfill the verses criteria for 20 records. But I clearly got 20 records where I'm getting somebody to fuck out the paint with these bars. Right. Female or male.
That's what's up.
Word. What if they do groups? Wait, hold up. Wait, who we got? Brand New Beings versus who?
Oh man.
Let me see who. X Clan versus Public Enemy. Nah. Public Enemy getting out of here.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm just thinking.
I wouldn't want to go up against Public Enemy. I wouldn't want to go.
I would shit. Hold up. Wait. This is fun. Wait a minute. Okay. Tribe Called Quest versus Farside. No, damn, Farside ain't go long enough. They got the 93 to 50. Well, I can't say they ain't go long enough. They ain't go Tribe Called Quest long. Hold up. Who could Tribe go against? De La?
I was gonna say De La. Tribe against De La.
Shit.
Yeah.
Y'all, this is the stuff that like releases my pheromones. You don't understand? I'm such a fucking rapidy rap goofball. It don't make no sense. All right. Anywho, yeah, man. Verses and shit. Did you hear they're making a documentary? I guess all of the footage and you see all of the IG commentary that goes on after the fact. All of that's gonna be, and then all the stats of everybody's streams and followers going up. So That's gonna make for a nice little That's actually kind of genius because now once they put it in documentary form and put it up on Netflix or something, motherfuckers get to relive it again. Like, oh, the music.
But so. Swiss Beats, man, and Timberland doing this shit, man, and finding a way to really, you know what I mean, make it big. Because I know, by now, they're monetizing this shit. I'm sure they do. They got some direct thing with IG and all of that type of shit. You understand what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, they got the hour restriction taken away. I don't think that applies to everybody. It's a secret society. It applies to Versus. It applies to D Nice.
Right.
I don't know how many more of us are getting that off. But that's that is a thing. But hey, I'm happy to see culture creating like we always do, and like we always say, long as we're the ones capitalizing, I ain't mad at them. So shouts out to them. And I'm happy to see legends and pioneers getting their flowers outside of Drink Champs. I'm happy that different platforms are being created to finally recognize and pay homage to people that have paved the way. I'm excited. I can't wait to see LL up in one of these. LL be talking shit.
Yo, LL, man, because he can talk shit. That boy got hits. I'd like to see him in the verses.
He like, I've been doing this almost 40 years, so I can't, it got to be somebody on my level. I can't be doing this with just anybody. And then Swiss was throwing names at him. He's like, it's cool. I think, matter of fact, he said Nas. He was like, Nas cool. Young and from Queens. Yeah, but, that's different. They call me big. I'm different.
Speaking of giving back to those that paved the way, Swiss was talking about he wants to start a fund where, he's giving at least $1 million to some of the pioneers of this hip hop shit, a piece. You know what I mean? Like,
want to pay taxes.
Yeah, like, and he's saying this is something he want to do. They try to switch his words around and say that he wants the new rappers to pay for the old rappers, and that's not what the fuck he was trying to say or whatever. But
hold on 1 second, guys. Let me run get my charger. Hold on, guys. Be right back.
All right. Yeah, well, people anyway.
I hear you.
Yeah. I'm gonna talk to the people. He was saying that he wants to basically start this fund, and if people want to get with it, y'all get with it. But this is something that he wants to do. I think that's a positive thing. I think brothers that paved the way, the Cool Herc, Grandmaster Caz's, Sugar Hill Gang, and Melly Mel's and people of that nature, Jazzy J's, all of those type of artists, Shy Rock, these people, man, they was doing it strictly for the love, man. Like, they wasn't getting bread how these fucking spoiled brats these days is getting bread. Like, and a lot of them are not. A lot of them are not living,
And they deserve it. And they deserve it. It's no different than any other job you spend 20, 30, 40 years working. It come with pensions. It come with salaries, severance pay, retirement packages. Like, why aren't we afforded the same? The people that are capitalizing off of us get those IRAs and things of that nature. So why shouldn't it be? Why shouldn't the artist be afforded the same luxuries? I don't want to see, me personally, it breaks my heart to see a Kool Herc struggling, or to hear about one of our pioneers who don't have health, who don't have health insurance for, to take care of their medical issues. Like, we're getting older, like really there's nothing to do. There's nothing really to look forward to except hearing about this one passing on and that one passing on. Like, why can't people live comfortably, live out the rest of their days comfortably? Like, no, I don't want to see my pioneers having to, bang it out at the merch table to pay bills, unless they want to. Like, if they're doing it because they love it and they want to stay connected with the people, that's one thing. But that's not something I want to see, us have to do, as we age out of hip hop, because the next generation just don't give a fuck. They get the fly from us crawling. So I hope it happens. We supposed to been formed a union, amongst ourselves, not just the SAG and the AFTRA, the ASCAP and stuff. I mean, like, our own union, the cultural union, with a delegation where we make certain criteria. But I have faith it'll happen one day. Long as hip hop got people like us, it'll happen.
Yeah, well, what makes it crazy is when you see the level of waste, that a lot of these, new rappers, how they just go through money and just, where a lot of these forefathers, you know what I mean? They can
we get it.
Some real life situations, like, you know what I mean? So just keep that in mind, y'all. You know what I mean?
Our generation, it wasn't just the kids though. Our generation did it. We weren't getting the bags that this generation is getting, but we were kind of wasteful.
Yeah. We
was
all guilty, right? There's different levels to the shit. I'm just saying, the level of it now is like,
I ain't gonna say that's just some kid shit.
Level now is crazy.
But
we wasted. I
will say.
Say that again.
Definitely the difference between. I said the biggest difference between us and them is we weren't so digitized. Like, there was still a level of, grassrooting that we had to do. So because it was a little more work detailed for us, I think we appreciated our dollars more than this generation. Like, for them, everything is like downloadable, as in, now one tweet, 1 million people can just, know that they're dropping an album, whereas we literally had to go to every city, to both radio stations in that city, to the neighboring city. We had to go to the Hot 97 and the 105 in that city, and you got to make sure you go to this one first, so you don't, which one was politically bigger, because that DJ is going to be pissed off at you if they don't get to break the record. And, we had all that other shit to deal with. So I think we may have appreciated our money a little more than this generation, but we definitely, we did our fair shares of robbing the labels. That's why the labels robbing them. That's why the labels made the 360 deals, because of the shit, the stunts we was pulling. Like, we didn't give a fuck if the album sold, because we about to go get all that bread on the road. Now labels like, motherfucker, we taking a piece of that shit too. That's our fault. We fucked that up for them. Now they like, nope, we need the pub, we need the merch, we need the tour sales. They not giving them little cats a break. But all's fair in love and hip hop, right? Speaking of love and hip hop, I was curious to see what they were gonna do with their productions, being that all the productions are shut down. Like, they straight just had it on the camera, like, show's over. And it ain't been since.
Homeboy was like, how we supposed to live? Like, I don't know what to tell you, homie.
I ain't saying you got to go. hell out of here.
Right. I ain't saying you got to go home, but you got to the hell out of here.
But you guys to get the fuck out of here. Word up. How's your mental health? I gotta start asking people how are they, you know, mentally taking in all of this stoppage.
My mental health is great because I don't, you know, I'm not succumbing to the propaganda. You see,
But even though the you know, even for the people that are not succumbing to it, I do think it is like, you know, whether you're directly feeding into the media frenzy or you're indirectly like, man, I don't believe none of that bullshit. It's still affecting everybody in some way or capacity, whether it's stopping your bag or it's stopping your, you know, people that you normally fuck with, you just can't fuck with, or, you know, they not fucking with you because they really taking the shit, you know, going above and beyond with it. It's like everybody in some kind of way is just like, give me a fucking break. So I just want to, you know, make sure you good. All my people's out there good. Stay strong. I want
to add some shit before we get out of here real quick, okay? Mm-hmm. Question. If the masks work, right, why do we need the businesses to be closed? And if the masks don't work, why are we forced to wear them? I just want to know.
Things that make you go,
Things that make you go, I also want to say that, and shout out to my man, Dame Drummer, because he actually put me on to this. Basically to this thought. But the MASK is the precursor to the MARK of the beast. In the Bible, it says, you will not be able to buy or sell without the MARK. Right now, you cannot buy or sell without the MASK. Something to think about. Because once they say it's okay to take off this MASK, they're going to have that MARK ready. And are you going to take it? And I'm just talking, that's for everybody. Now, I'm not talking to you specifically, Digga. I'm talking.
Yeah, no, I know. It's funny. It's something I've been thinking about, you know, lately. Like, what happens if, you know, they tell you, oh, you know, you got to have a passport stamped, or you got to have something, like, if you don't take this vaccine, you can't travel, you can't work, you can't come in here. You get like, what if they really try to like just phase you out as a human being if you don't take it? And then the people that don't take it are like, you know, it got their own revolution going on. Don't mind me, guys. I've been, you know, normally I'm stone sober before this show, but this was kind of a last minute. It's been a while since we filmed, so I said, fuck it, I'm rolling. But I am flowing. So my mind, I'm like, what if we can't even, like, no, but on like on some real shit. Like, what if, you know, we travel overseas a lot? What if they tell us we can't do shows overseas anymore without taking
getting that shot? What you gonna do?
Is that a hill? I'm asking you, don't ask me. Is that a hill you willing to die on?
Digga.
You been smoking too? Like, damn, so I can't do no more shows and shit without. So
I'm not taking the shot, Digga. It's not happening.
I ain't fucking around either. I need to see 100 million billion people take that shit first. Like, okay, they
we're so ready for this new normal, you see, but we're not ready for the new normal that entails us being inconvenienced by not going along with the bullshit. You see, for many of us,
I'm a performance computer ass these days. Shit.
The new normal is going to be that you're not going to be able to take advantage of the conveniences that most people take advantage of today. It's just.
I think you'll be surprised though. You'll be extremely surprised how many people like just.
And that's the only way. The only way is if enough people rise up and say no. We're not fucking with it, to where they can't even come in and force you to do it because it's too many people. There's more of us than that.
I think there are enough people right now that will say, you know what, we'll continue to do our shit virtually and online. I ain't fucking with that shit. I ain't got to go nowhere. I don't got to leave my house. I think there are enough people that feel like that right now.
Right. Well. Trust me, they also have.
I mean,
they've been preparing for that too, and they have laws where they can make certain people's bandwidth be lower than others, and it's a tricky game, man. He's a tricky motherfucker. He's thought of a lot of shit.
It's crazy how many people, like I've noticed, like a lot of people that work at offices and companies, like when it's time for them to go back to work or something, or if their state reopened, you know, you got a lot of bosses now, employers like, you know what, all that rent we was spending for that office space in the building, y'all getting all that shit, y'all getting all the same shit done at home, like we good. Y'all ain't gotta come back in. Like a lot of people are actually realizing how much money they're saving sitting the fuck at home and accomplishing the same, accomplishing the same work.
Right. Well, you're not spending money on transportation. You know what I mean? Gas, toll.
Saving on gas.
Eating out, toll, lunch, and all
eating
that
out.
Shit. Yeah, fucking, or going out after work.
Clothes to get dressed.
Going out after work for drinks, and then going to the club, and then
wardrobe.
And then you're taking your girl out, and you're buying gears because so you can go to the club, and for a
just
lot.
Think now you ain't got. Now all you gotta do is buy shirts. You ain't gotta buy nothing but shirts now. You ain't gotta buy.
Nothing but uppers. You just need all uppers. Is all you need.
All you need is shirts.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of kicks, have you been did you watch the Jordan doc?
No, I gotta watch it. I gotta watch it. I hear so much. I know. I've been hearing great things about it. I just haven't watched it yet. I'm sorry.
Okay, I ain't gonna hold you. Nah, that shit was dope. I'm more of a football enthusiast than a basketball enthusiast, but I enjoyed that shit. Like there was actually certain parts of it that had me teary-eyed and everything. Like I felt that shit. That was a very well produced documentary. The music, like the soundtrack was bomb. Like they did that. And I don't give a fuck who came before, who came after. Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time. Period.
Oh, absolutely. Well, yeah, I think we done hit everything, right?
I think so. I mean, usually we hang up like, damn, we forgot. I'm gonna call you like 15 minutes now, right. Damn, guess what we forgot to talk about.
Nah, but we said
man, that's basically it.
Yeah, some of the advantages, but we just said that like just now. So I think we hit it.
Yep. Nope, we knocked it out. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget, I have a masterclass Friday, 11 a.m. www.rahdiggamusic.com. 2 hours interactive. It's gonna be fun.
That's right. And yes, once again, if you'd like to get you some affordable health care, you know what I mean? Not insurance, so there's no co-pays, nothing out of your pocket. For $35 a month, just click the link in the description, and the discount code is Lord Jamar. Once again, click the link in the description, and the discount code is Lord Jamar. Telemedicine is the future, y'all. So yeah. Once again, for the Yanadameen Godcast, I'm Lord Jamar.
I'm Digga.
Peace.